Okay. Alright. Hi everyone. same outfit, same hairstyle, same me, same everything, except with more glitter in my hair that hopefully you cannot see. Basically we're gonna be doing part 2 of my Colourpop haul video. This is going to be the part where I actually put on makeup on my face. There was definitely too much in that haul to even fit in a demo into the end of that video. So if you haven't watched that video, do click on the link. I think it's over here or over here. I'm not very sure which side, but basically there'll be a link that's going to be popping up or has already popped up above my head or beside my head. And click on that if you haven't seen. I'll click in the link down below as well if you haven't seen that video. It's just me going through everything that I got from the Colourpop haul. And yeah, so we're just gonna be starting with our makeup right now. I have my skincare done. So first off, we definitely want to try out the foundation. We're using the Hyaluronic Hydrating Foundation. This is in the color 30N. If you watched my that haul video, you would probably have seen that I was a bit worried about the shade, and I thought that they sent me the wrong shade, but it turns out that I probably ordered this shade because I did a color match and the website probably told me that this shade is the best. And I think now that I'm looking at it, it is actually very good for my skin tone. I know that it's more of like a light to medium coverage sort of situation that's focused more on hydrating, which is something I need. You can see that I have a lot of acne going on. It's actually way better than usual because it's actually on the mend. Thankfully, finally it's on the mend. I do have like one humongous breakout over here that is actually very painful. Horrible, but it's fine. It's not that bad. And I think this foundation, it's evening out my skin tone really well and giving quite a decent amount of coverage for something that I do not expect much coverage from. Yeah, I like the finish as well. I like how it just melts into the skin. I'm using the Real Techniques contour brush as my foundation brush right now. I actually really like using this as a foundation brush because it's a lot smaller, but it's also a brush that has a lot of give, which it gives me the freedom to buff out my foundation as much as I want, and with a lot of precision as well, which is what I like in my makeup brushes, precision. So I'm doing like a second layer right now. I just used like about a pump, no, about 3/4 of a pump of that foundation, and I still have quite a bit left on my brush. I don't like to pile on foundation too much. I like to go on with a nice thin layer of foundation first, make sure that my skin is all evened out, and then going in with a second layer over top of where I think I want more coverage, like where most of my breakouts are at. So usually my chin, my cheeks gets like a second or third layer of foundation, and then with whatever's rest with the rest of the remainder of foundation on the back of my arm, palm, hand, I'll just swipe it off and just go down my neck like so, trying to avoid my hair and my necklace as well. That just kind of ties in the color of the foundation very well, and you just try to make sure that you blend everything as much as possible so that it's just seamless. Put some on a ear as well if your ear is an extremely different color from your foundation. You can see the mine's kind of that case right now. I don't have a new concealer from Colourpop, and I don't have my Colourpop concealers with me right now. Do I have? No, I don't. So I'm gonna use this mini concealer from Tarte called the Hydrocealer. This one is in the color 12N Fair Neutral. It's a very hydrating concealer. I just bought a small one because I needed to get free shipping off an order off Sephora one day, and I just thought, okay, let's try a new concealer. So I got this one because it was like quite affordable, this small one, although there's barely any product inside here. Turns out it's quite a nice formula to use, so I might actually consider getting the full size if it's still in stock, because I'm not sure if this is a permanent item or not. So if I still see it on Sephora and it's not already discontinued, as Tarte likes, actually a lot of makeup brands just discontinues products whenever, as and when they like. So I don't even know if this is still like something you can purchase off the stores, but I really do enjoy this formula. It's very cooling to apply as well. I think it's because of all the hydrating properties of this concealer being a Hydrocealer, so it just suggests that it's very hydrating. It has decent coverage. So like medium buildable coverage, I would say, which is good for under eyes. Not really very good for blemishes, but I'm just using it all over my face to just brighten overall. I don't really care about whether my blemishes are all covered and disguised, but I do like a little bit more coverage on it so that it doesn't look as red as it can look on its own. So I just do like tapping motions on my skin like this to try to keep the pigments around the area without spreading it too much over the entire area of the skin, so that I still keep some sort of coverage on the pimples and the discoloration on my skin. Does that make sense? I hope it does. And honestly, the foundation that I put on, the Pretty Fresh one that I just bought from Colourpop, that foundation feels very good on the skin. It feels very lightweight, feels like nothing on the skin. I like how it covers and evens out my skin tone. I like how it looks like skin. Once you blend it in, it looks as if you have nothing on your skin, which is very nice as well. And it still doesn't feel very heavy on my skin, which is very nice. I'm gonna go off camera to do my brows and I'll be right back. Okay, so we're continuing on right now. I've done my brows. I've used the Fenty Beauty Snap Shadows in 7 as usual. I just like the colors for my brows and I like the formula for my brows. It lasts all day and it's just very nice. Let's do eyeshadow next, okay? And I think I want to use my Mandalorian palette. Out of the 3 that I got, I think I'm most excited about this one. It's so cute, guys. It's so cute. I just cannot stop thinking about how cute it is right now. And if you guys watched the last video, you know that I already have like some of my Luxe lip oil in Gen Zen on my lips right now, giving it a little bit of moisture as I do the rest of my makeup. So let's go in with Baby Face straight away. I really love how this shade looks. With Baby Face, I'll just fluff this into my crease right now. I don't know how green this look will turn out looking, but I'm putting this Baby Face shade, which is a matte sage green color that turns out a lot brighter on my eyes than in the pan, all over my crease, just to set the stage, because I'm just so sick and tired of using brown in my crease that I just want to change, and this is a very nice change, I think. Right, okay, so we have this on our crease right here, like this. I'm just gonna take some of the shadow on the same brush. This is, by the way, the Colourpop E2 Fluffy Crease Brush. Crease brush. I'm just taking it and just swiping it all underneath my eyes like so, just giving it a nice wash above and below. I'm gonna get my Fenty Beauty brush, my Fenty blending brush in 230, and I will dip into Float to Your Crib, which is this shade, the darker green color over here. I am going to be patting this on the outer corners of my eyes. I'm alternating between the two lids just to make sure that I don't get too much on one lid at once, because when I dip my brush into the pan, I pick up a lot more product that I actually want to blend onto a single lid. So that's what I do to make sure that I have a controlled amount of pigment on each eye, and then I'll just start concentrating on blending the shade out like so. I wanted to give my eyeshadow, or like my eye, a sort of shadowed effect so that my flatter Asian eyes can look more dimensional, look rounder, I think. And I am just looking up and painting this on the outer corners of my lower lid like this. And then I'll just build it up to, I like the intensity on both eyes. I like this to be a little bit more smoky like this. And I like to just even it out by making sure that this outer V area on the top lash line and top lid area is equally as smoky as the bottom, so it makes more sense. Like, it makes it look not bottom heavy or top heavy. It just looks as if like this outside corner is more heavy, and it just in turns gives the eyes a very nice smoky effect as well. And it just grounds the entire green look. It's still green, but it doesn't look as floaty and weird as when I just place down the Baby Face shade alone on my eyes. And I like to just drag out my blending a little bit on this side to make sure that it elongates my entire eyeshadow shape. It just helps with elongating my entire eye shape, and I really like that because I have quite short eyes this way. And then once you get to this point, you stop using brushes I like to use fingers for this part because they are all shimmery shades that we're going to be using. So I'm just going to go into Sipping Soup over here, which is a very nice metallic green shade. I like to just use my middle finger. You can use whichever finger you think works well, and just I like to dab it on the middle, the center portion of my lid. Go in with some more shadow, dab it onto my other lid as well, and then I like to look up into a mirror far away. So I have my mirror set up right in front of me right now, and I like to just swipe it down in like a vertical line, and I look very weird for the moment, like I just look like this. But as I swipe, when I open my eyes, you want to be able to see some of the shimmer still, because most of my eyelids will just go hidden into the folds of my lids. So it looks very big when it's like this, but when you open your eyes, you can barely see anything, right? So just make sure that you bring it up as far as you want to, and you want to make sure that both points are more or less equal. And then once you got that down, you just start not adding any more product. Paint the entire lid up to about here, so like the entire front portion of the lid in this shape right here. Instead of adding more product over here, I just like to sweep it very gently, like barely touching my skin. Just kind of blend it into the green right here. So you want to ultimately have the shimmery shade be in like a triangular shape like this. And then going into Right Hand Mando, which is a very frosty shade, so I want a little bit of it, like not too much, just a very tiny amount on the tips of my fingers, because what I'm gonna do is to actually place this. I'm gonna squint a little because I do have a little bit of like this aegyo moment, this eye back moment over here that I can only see if I squeeze. Then I'm just gonna use the tip of the finger with some of that frosty green shade, and I'm just gonna dab it onto this area over here just to highlight this part. This is like an acquired taste kind of situation, but I feel like for at least my eye shape, it just gives the eyes a lot of life. Like this one is very well done. You can see that it just, I'm not even squinting anymore. You can see that it's just highlights the squint. And I think it makes the eyes look a lot sweeter, a lot nicer, and actually makes the eyeballs look a lot bigger than it actually is in the Asian eyes world. So I just want to like make sure that this both bags are equally highlighted, but don't go overboard. You can see that this one looks a lot better than this one. It's just because like my eyes are made differently, so this one just bags a lot more than this one does. But I just learned to embrace it, because at the end everything will just look okay. And then if you go too far, like for this one I went a little too far, I like to just blend it out a little bit with a clean finger so that it doesn't look too harsh on that side. Yeah, and with the remaining pigment on the tip of my finger, I like to go into the inner corner area and just give it a little bit of a highlight effect. If I don't have enough, I'll just like touch the pen, so only a little bit of product comes off the pen, and I will just highlight this entire inner corner area with that green as well. And for eyeliner, I'm just gonna use whatever I have. Let me see if I can find it first. So I'm gonna be using my HEROINE Make Smooth Liquid Eyeliner in black, just to do like a standard wing. So just quickly. Okay, so that's my eyeliner done. Very fast, very quickly. I just did a very standard wing. I pointed a little bit on the insides to make sure that it's all elongated and nice. And then now we can do like some mascara, which I'm actually gonna just cut this part out, and I'll just be back to show you the blush and the lipstick. Okay, I'm back. I did my lashes. I used the LEANANI Long and Separate mascara in black. I really like this mascara because it's just natural and very black and very lengthening. And I also used the Too Faced Sweethearts bronzer in Sweet Tea to just bronze up the perimeters of my face and give myself a little bit of like a nice contour on my nose. And now I'm ready to use I'm ready to do some blushing, and I think I'm gonna use one of these ones from the, I don't know what collection this is, but you know, the succulent collection. So we have two. We have Terran Up My Heart and Desert Rose. I think I might use Terran Up My Heart because I want to know how I want to see how this peachy shade works on my skin tone. So just going in with a nice blush brush. This is just a random Sephora brush, and I'm just going to be popping this onto my cheeks like so. Oh, I love it. It's very it's just very terracotta-y, and it matches my skin tone quite well, I think. Like, it gives it a very nice orangey color to my skin. It looks more sun-kissed, less like a dolly pink color that I usually like to wear. I'm just gonna put some on my nose as well. I really like that cute look that one gets when you get some on your nose. And I'm also gonna be blushing this little tip here. This little tip where my hair has that M-shaped thing going on, but basically it's just the middle of my forehead and on my chin, and that's the blushing done. This is where you will want to come in with highlighter. If you want to do highlighter, then we can end off with some lips. And for lips, I think I'm going to go with Come Through, the Luxe Gloss from Colourpop as well. It's this shade. It reminds me of the Fenty Beauty Fenty Glow Gloss Bomb without the glitters and without the nice scent. It smells very good on its own too. It smells like candy from my childhood as well. I would say it's a warm nude. It's very sheer, which I enjoy. This on its own is very nice, but you can definitely pair this on top of some nude liquid lipstick or lipstick in general. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial. If you haven't watched the last video, definitely go click on the link down below or up here as well. I don't know if I can put it in twice, but if I cannot, it'll be down in the description box. Definitely remember to subscribe and like this video if you liked it, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!